For one talk session with Tori people, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, wey dem dey call Honourable Nyesom Wike, yarn about the role wey him play for 2023 presidential election, why him no support Peter Obi, why PDP lose, the current wahala for the party, and other matters. On top the katakata wey dey shele for inside PDP about coalition and non-coalition tori and plan to rebuild PDP, Oga Wike come talk say,
sincerely speaking, none of the factions has been truthful. Those who say they want to form coalition are not truthful to themselves. Those who say they don't want coalition are also not truthful to themselves. It's just a matter of interest. Let me start from those who said they don't want coalition. That is the governors' forum. They're not sincere to themselves. They're not sincere to the party. On Tuesday, precisely, I watched Politics Today on China's television, and where Okumale was interacting with the governor of Oyo State. And after watching that interview, I called the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, who's my friend. I said, listen, I heard what you said, but you know, you didn't say the truth as regards to some issues. Fundamentally, you had said in 2023, one of the reasons why PDP lost is impunity. You are right. People who believe that they have all it takes and so refuse to respect the constitution of the party as regards to power sharing between the North and the South. You are right. And again, now, you are also making the same mistake by the impunity of the governors' forum. You are repeating the same thing, that what happened in 2023 may likely happen in 2027. If you don't stop this impunity, it will affect the party. And how will it affect the party? Very clear. The Governors Forum is not an organ of the party. The Governors Forum is a pressure group that can put influence on the National Working Committee. You cannot take the functions of the National Working Committee and say because you are governor, you will now superintend. And this is what I've always told people, that look, he said, okay, what about when I was a governor? I agreed. I said because it happened yesterday does not mean that it will happen today. Or even if it happened yesterday, was it right? And in any case, there was never a time when I was a governor where governors came out to say, look, we have done this, we have done this, we have directed that should be acting secretary of the party. Never has it happened. Rather, we could influence what will happen in National Working Committee. And that is why we are a pressure group. Now, you don't have the authority to say that somebody should be acting as national secretary. When there's a national secretary who has not resigned, you cannot do that. You don't have power to say, we have formed the committee of zoning. It is not within your prerogative to form zoning committee. And these are things that people like us will challenge any day, any time. And when that happens, people now say, oh, why are they every time making problem? Now, the issue is, who is the one setting laying the foundation for crisis in the party. And I've told people, look, the best way to go about this is you go on that, put your influence, get the results, and then you move on. But to come out openly to say, look, we, the Governors Forum, we have met with the organs of the party. We have met with National Working Committee. Who are you to say that? A national secretary of a party that was elected, he was not appointed. Yes, it was zoned to a particular area. And he was elected by the delegates at the National Convention. And so if there's anybody that would remove the national secretary of the party, it is through the National Convention. Assuming though not conceding that it is zoned to South-East. South-East can still not bring somebody. They can only say, okay, when we go for National Convention, this is the person we are going to back. It's not by appointment, it's by election. And when you challenge all these people, say, oh, you are making problem. And I told him, this is where people are getting it wrong. And it will not work, whether anybody likes it or not. And this is the thing that you do. Anambra election is coming up. Who will be the one that will sign to INEC? INEC only recognizes the national chairman and the national secretary for correspondence. And tomorrow you now say, oh, PDP is in trouble, where people don't want peace. No. Now, that is on their own part. On the other part of those who are looking for is selfish interest, the likes of Atiku and all other people. Which coalition with who? Why not come into the Paya party? Everybody wants to be president of the country. Nobody wants to say, look, let me build our party. So that at the end of the day, our party will be in a formidable position as an opposition party to take over power. You don't do that. Only what you want is, let me find a way how I will be the one. If that does not happen, to attempt Israel, and you make the mistake yesterday, you want to repeat the mistake today, tomorrow you make the same mistake. And then you come out to say, we were rigged out. Who rigged you out? You have already rigged yourself by causing crisis. And this is what I've always said. Like, because people are not sincere to themselves. And people like me will not accept that. So the issue of coalition on these other people, they are not sincere. The issue of want to be alone, you're also not sincere. Because you have not shown that you want to be alone. You have not shown the seriousness that you want cohesion in the party. So you are part of the problem we're having. You don't say the right message. I didn't say Governors Forum are not strong. But by the constitution of the party, they are not organs of they are not any organ of the party. That you are a pressure group who can exert their influence. There's nothing hidden about that. But you don't come to take over the responsibility of the National Working Committee. Take, for example, how dare you come out on national television to say we have, with the governors, set up zoning committee headed by one Doyedri. We have put convention to be held in Kanu. We have told the Deputy National Secretary to be acting as National Secretary. That is the principle to crisis. And you know you cannot do that. I was never chairman of Governors Forum. You have never seen us say, we have appointed this person. We have said this will happen. Nobody does that.
The Governors Forum of which were a part at that time?
Yes, I have never.
Was instrumental in bringing Alimo Dusheri.
Listen to what you have said. That being instrumental, having influence, that this is the result, does not mean that you come and take over. That you have decided. That's the point I'm trying to tell you.
That time you remove second
Listen to what you have said. I use influence to see that my candidate wins. But I cannot come out on national television to say I have directed the Deputy National Secretary to take over as National Secretary. I have said this. I have said the convention will be this. That's the point I'm trying to say. You don't do that. We are not saying you cannot exert influence. You have to differentiate. In any case, too, even if you want to exert influence, you must know that yesterday is not today. Today will not be tomorrow. The mere fact that certain things worked yesterday does not even so fact to me that it will work today. There are things that happened yesterday. Nobody may want to question. There are things that will happen today. Somebody said no. We will question it. The mere fact that nobody questioned it yesterday does not mean it was right. And I've always said this, that you have to be careful. Circumstances change. Yesterday is yesterday. Today is today. You may not be lucky. And that's why you see, when people say, after all, when you were there yesterday, you did this. I agree. That was yesterday. Today, circumstances may have changed. That you cannot say, we did it like yesterday. We will continue to do it like that. No, that's the point I'm trying to make. You have to be very, very careful. You need unity. But when there's no unity, you cannot achieve it. That's the point I'm trying to make.
When dem ask am about some tori wey say the endorsement of President Tinubu for 2027 by Akwa Ibom State Governor and the defection of one PDP chairman to APC na part of him alleged plan to weaken opposition, Wike come talk say.
Now listen, and if you want what he said when Governor Wike was governor, he brought out his chest. He fought for the party. He made the party not to die. Mention one governor today. In PDP, mention one. That said, I have come out. I will lead this war as the head of opposition.
Your friend Bala Mohammed is
please, we are talking about serious issues. Now, mention one. Remember, under 2019 or before 2019, APC tried to muzzle the PDP. And some of us said, no, you cannot. They penetrated the party, tried to use a money sheriff. We said, no, we will not accept it. By funding, by everything. Today, how many governors will say, I'm the one funding this party, I'm the one paying their salaries? It's not by just mere talking. Today, in 2019, I said I was not going to defeat her. I'm going to be in opposition. I'm going to stand for opposition. Today, how many governors you see that don't go to the village in the night?
In the night?
In the night. You see, it's not, you see, you don't give what you don't have. No strong leadership. Leadership is not by talking. Leadership is by action. When I was governor, you have to make sacrifices. I made sacrifices, and I can tell you authoritatively, it is not an easy thing. For you to say, I want to lead the opposition party to go to El Dorado, it's not by mouth. You have to lose a lot of things. It's not just coming out on national television. We, PDP, who are we, PDP? Who is that person that's committed to lead this war? Now, all you see, everybody is putting himself just to be a presidential candidate, not just to win election. You have said no. Governor of Akwa Ibom, that's what you say. You said so. That he has endorsed the president. A key state endorsed president. Not only no. You saw the governor of Delta State. He said, I am supporting Mr. President for good governance, not for politics. A key state. So where's the opposition?
So is
now,
it,
no, let me land. And then I will tell you. You said somebody declared for APC yesterday, the chairman of AMAC. Why not? During the last area council, I was assigned AMAC as governor of Rivers State. I funded it. I led how we won AMAC. The AMAC was given to Rivers State. You, Rivers State, we want to win AMAC. You should fund it. They gave other states, other area councils. Some could not deliver. Right? That is commitment. Now, the governor came, the chairman came to me, and he said, I want to run. I said, you are running where? He said, under PDP. I said, which PDP? Who will sign to INEC that you are the candidate? Who will sign? You have a problem. And this is what I've been preaching. Can't you make sacrifice? Allow the National Secretary to complete his term. So you don't run into this kind of crisis. With the way it is now, you cannot. Therefore, if you really want to play politics, you want to help yourself, you go find an alternative. I don't know where you will go to, but I know there will be crisis that who will submit your name, that litigation will be there. And you should be careful. As a young man I helped, it is within me to advise him, and it is within his choice to say, oh, I've thought about this. Truly, this will be a problem for me. And then what I'm telling the governor, avoid this. Avoid this. I'm not giving problem. You are creating problem. And I said, don't create problem.
No, you said it happened previously. Nobody raised an issue with it.
Meaning
that you will raise an issue with this one.
Oh, no, somebody like me now to come and trample upon my right. No, you don't do that.
Your Excellency.
I'm a minister of FCTO.
Your Excellency.
I'm not just any minister.
Your Excellency.
I'm a minister of FCT. And you must understand that. There's nothing any governor can do. I cannot as a minister of FCT. Nothing. Nothing. I'm not but I have that capacity.
Your Excellency, you have painted a very bleak picture of the situation in the PDP. Do we say that as of today, the PDP is not ready for the 2027 general election?
They are not ready. It's very obvious. You see, I have told you, look, I have an examination. I'm going to class to read. Indeed, am I reading? Am I studying? Yeah, you don't need to deceive anybody that you're not reading. You're only trying to let people know that you have carried your bag to class. So I'm seeing my colleagues in the going to prep. Let me go out. You reach there. They are doing nothing. Then you say, but I want to study now. You know yourself. So people cannot say for sure. And I have said, it's not a question of whether you like me. It's not about whether you like. You don't need, like I've said this. You don't need to like me. What I'm saying, is it correct? What I'm saying, is it what will help the party? All this struggle, power struggle, cannot help us.
On top the tori wey say him opposition to PDP come from the fact say him lose the party presidential primary and dem no still carry am as candidate of vice presidential seat for 2023 elections. Oga Wike come deny say him dey bitter and come talk say,
you took a decision that suits you. I took a decision that suits me. You suffer for your decision. I'm enjoying the decision I took. So that's why I said, when you continue to have this, it's a problem. Am I the one now who's saying that you will not obey the Supreme Court judgment? That said, look, you that want to cut the solution, you see, when people take advantage, the National Secretary went to run for governorship. The party constitution did not say you should resign. It's a lacuna. The man capitalized on that. Went and came back and said, I'm still National Secretary. There's nowhere it says I should resign. Yes, you are talking about morality. Should you have gone without resigning? What's my business? It's power.
Well, I know you are not the AP. You are not an
Everybody
APC
takes
member.
advantage. That's why would you want to
Honorable
blame
Minister.
you? You correct that your constitutional lacuna.
Yes.
In 2023, I stood firm that I was not going to support the PDP presidential candidate. See, about leadership, let me tell you. As of 2023, APC was down. The Buhari administration was not doing well. Nigerians were tired. Now you had another problem. Issue of Muslim ticket, which would have compounded the issue. Difficult. I thought that citizen. A decision has to be taken. Which way do you go? What do you stand? I want power rotation. I could not have imagined that after 8 years of Buhari, that the same will go back to. I said, no. It's not about whether you are choosing to be VP or not choosing to be VP. It's about principle.
You lobbied.
It's about principle.
Did you lobby to be?
Lobby to who? Now, I never lobbied. You saw the result. I never lobbied. Ask anybody. Now, to take that decision was difficult. But the decision has to be taken. And I looked at it. Atiku was not an option. So it's a no-go area. Let me tell you, from day one, I told my people, they came. I said, one thing you must know, Atiku does not keep to his words. I can tell you authoritatively what happened in 2019. Atiku, Olusola Saraki, and Secondus came to see me that I was going to nominate the Attorney General and the Minister of Petroleum. Saraki is alive. Now, when we lost the election, the man who is supposed to bring the Attorney General did not know when the legal team was constituted. And I laughed. I watched your television. I ran call Saraki. People have constituted legal team. And he said I was going to bring the Attorney General. This is no shallow. Now, the point I'm making, people don't care. You see, when you see people, I know from day one that Atiku will never keep to his word. And I have never banked on that. I will not take his word to the bank. I will not do it. And so it was very clear. I made the right decision. And I stand by that decision. And you cannot see me now, having taken that decision in 2023, to now say, oh, I will support you for president. How? Tell me how. Let me just say you know me clearly. I don't play this way. If the PDP does not keep their house in order as far as is concerned, I'm not going to support them in the area council election. Yes.
Will you support the APC?
I don't know about APC or any party. All I'm saying, if PDP goes the way they are going, I will not.
And you're a serving minister in an APC-led federal government, and you won't support the APC in the FCT elections?
That is not what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to tell you, if PDP is going the way they are going, I will not support them. And anybody knows me. I don't play hide and seek. I called my friend, the governor of Adamawa. I said, look, the way people are going, with this your so-called power, I will wrestle with you people here in this FC2.
Yeah. So what
better prepare yourself.
Isn't that anti-party?
Who's not?
Wouldn't you be disciplined by the PDP?
Who's one that is not in anti-party now? I have told you, look at what you are doing is wrong. And the young man came to me and said, who will write to INEC that you are the candidate? There's a problem there. And you don't seem to, you seem to ignore this. And it will hurt you. Therefore, go and look for a way. I don't know where you will go to. But if you are depending on this crisis will consume this party. And I can tell you, it will.
So the man,
the right thing
the man heeded your
is being
advice.
done. See, look, I can tell you, I have never gone to any governor, whether you're a PDP, whether you're APC, whether it's Labour Party, I have never said, look, I'm recommending this person to you. I have never done it. That does not mean I did not play a role. I played a lot of roles, most of them. Like somebody like the governor of Bayelsa. I played role fundamentally. Yes. He cannot deny.
For Bayelsa election and in relationship with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Honorable FCT Minister come here and say,
this is what I tell people. See, let me tell you, it's so unfortunate. And this kind of leadership we have. Okay, let me tell you. During the first tenure of Governor Dini, I did not support Governor Dini for primaries. I didn't know him. I supported Timi Alaibe because the National Party chairman then, came to me that look, Timi Alaibe is one who would like me to win this election. I supported him. And I have no apologies to anybody. And after the primaries, Sinopera brought Diri to my house, the government house in Port Harcourt. And I said, look, the primaries are over. I'm going to give you a support. When I gave the support, remember, Diri was not the one who won. David Lion was one that was announced.
David Lion.
So people may have forgotten. Baron Piggy, Senator Baron Piggy. So I remember I was doing his Thanksgiving in Thai, local government in Ogoniland. Apostle Zile Agri was the one who came to preach that day in church. Apostle Zile Agri stood up and said, Diri come. Mr. Governor, I'm handing over Diri to you. In the church. This governor of the Bayelsa I'm talking about there. During the second tenure, I was not to support him. The governor of Adamawa State, Fintri, came to me. The Minister of Petroleum, Karakin Lobobri, came to me. In fact, he brought Diri in West Carton Hotel, where I was staying then. Diri, as a governor, not to that, I said, you can't do this as a governor. You cannot do this. Stand up. I will support you. I will support him. Today, I saw him talking in the prayer, Wadada. No one individual, but he cannot pronounce the person. He doesn't have the courage.
So that video.
He's a delegate.
Yeah.
I need every delegate to support me.
So that
I need to go and vote delegates. I'm not a voter in Bayelsa. I'm not a voter in Bayelsa. So he doesn't need me if I'm not important. But as a delegate, I needed his vote. I went. But I didn't need that.
But you haven't said that.
I didn't need that. But he wanted, look, let me tell you, there are some people that are not, look, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Let me tell you. Why, you see why I like the governor of Akwa Ibom? Why I like the governor of Delta?
Because they are coming to APC.
No. They didn't say they are going to APC. What they said, look, in principle, look, I have to support this man for a second term. It's not about going to APC. I didn't go to APC when I supported the president. I don't need to be there if I support the president. No. But they said, look, this man is putting his best. We're going to support him. Now, these other people, they'll go back. Then they'll come in front. They'll do it differently. I remember when Supreme Court was to give judgment of Mr. President, I was in Supreme Court. Before we came back, some of these governor people were already in the villa. I mean, there are things you can't stand. There are things you cannot stand. What kind of life is this? If you want to support Mr. President, for Christ's sake, support Mr. President.
And say it out.
And say it out. Why would you be afraid? Do you know what it is that you're a governor? What are you afraid of? Whom are you afraid of? You play here. You play here. I have said this, and somebody told me last night, my friend, and I was saying, oh, I shouldn't talk about social person. I would have mentioned his name now. I would have mentioned his name. He said, you know, he said, today I see people criticizing Tinubu. But they have not gone to say, look, I applied to Tinubu. I did a financial assistance. He approved. He gave me. Under Obasanjo could he have done that? Under Obasanjo could have done that. You see, I never, as a sitting governor, applied to Buhari for any financial assistance. I never did that. I never did it. Dangote today, he doesn't look for money again because he's rich. What is this man? What is that man? Samad.
Abdul Samad.
He doesn't look for money because I have 10 billion naira as a state. Therefore, I will not look for another 5 billion to add. That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. The point is that have credibility, be a man of character. Today you know what I can do, and you know what I cannot do. You go home and sleep and say, no, we will not do that. And that's what they call is, like I said, it's not what I call popularity show. I am this. In FCT, everybody knows. Look, he won't tolerate this. I don't come and play this and play that. I won't do that. Yeah.
On top of that, members of PDP fit avoid the current katakata wey dey the party and say fingers dey point to am say him dey train one person to become the national chemo wey go hand over PDP to APC. Oga Wike come here and say
Sam's tenure will end in December. Why do you want to create crisis? That's why, again, if you look at what Atiku's group are saying, they are accusing the PDP governor that are they really not the ones killing this party. Coming from that angle, I didn't think this a serious thought. But again, I sat back. I said, could they be doing what they are doing? They really love this party at this critical point in time. Why could you not say, gentlemen, let's not go into this quagmire. Let's, what we call I jump and pass. Enemies are setting trap for me. Let me jump and then pass.
Do you love the party?
Do you love your profession?
No.
So what I'm trying to say is that if I don't love the party, I won't give this advice. I'm giving this advice only. You are the one trying to kill this party. You cannot go and say, we have appointed Deputy National Secretary to be the acting secretary. In our eyes, is there anything that happens that's not wicked? Mention what happens anywhere that is not wicked. It is not correct. If I have any intention to do anything bad, like I said, I will not point out these things. I'm pointing out this to look at where you are heading to. It will not serve us right. Let us make sacrifice. Allow this man's tenure to finish. And a man who does not love you or does not have an organization will not be doing this. I don't know. My own interest is my state. Look, do you want Southside to vote for Tinubu? Yes.
Just one more.
What is hidden in that? Have I not campaigned for that before? Is it a new thing?
And you are getting converts. Umaeno says is for Tinubu in 2027.
Delta too also.
Governor Umaeno.
And Delta too.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say is that I have said in 2023, and I'm saying it again, until 2031,
And people say
when
it's
the
anti-party.
position should go to the north, if there's nothing anybody will speak to me now, no grammar.
They say it's anti-party, Your Excellency.
It's not. It's to allow harmonious living together.
Yes, but let's look
live
at
and let live.
Because if
You
it was someone
cannot,
else,
no, you cannot tell me that it's your own prerogative to be producing president, but it's not so. Let all of us live and let live.
When dem ask am why him no support Peter Obi, Oga Wike come talk say,
No, he have no chance to win the election.
okay,
I don't go to where, you see, people like this kind of social media candidates. I don't do social media candidates. I see that as a politician.
You won this Abuja.
But he got 6 million votes.
I said, I see that as a politician. And I analyze the candidate who is likely to win. In politics, it's not always the right that, oh, this is the best candidate. No. You see, Nigerians today, in their politics, so many factors come in. And I have always told people this. Whether it is correct or not, it's a different thing. Okay? Look at Tinubu won. Mind you, whether APC likes it or not, it was very, very turbulent for Tinubu to have scaled through that election. His own party administration, you could see, people don't want to speak the truth. Before that election, put in things that would have made him to fail the election woefully. The fuel crisis, the Naira issue, it was terrible. No party in government would at that time bring such policy when you know you are running an
Election.
But everything was done and he survived it.
Honorable Minister.
He survived it. So that's how you will know that there are people, first of all, God is on their side. Two, they also know this game. He must give it to them.
for matters wey concern President Tinubu performance and security wahala for Plateau and Benue State, Wike come talk tough as im yarn say,
what I'm saying, as a governor of a state, a lot of people think that you can direct, you can have influence in the voting pattern. That's the point I'm trying to make. But me too, as a minister of FCT, I also have such a influence. That's the point I'm trying to make. Because, take for example, once you say that council, I can go to Ahmad. I said, listen, why you should vote for this man? See what we did here. See what we did here. See what we did here. I can go to Gwagwalada. See why you should not vote for this one. Vote for this one. See what I did. You told me you wanted this. You told me you wanted this. Have I done it? Yes. I can go to Buhari. And this man is not likely to be the man. You told me you wanted left. You wanted right. You wanted front. You wanted back. Have I done it? Yes. I can go to Kwale. I came here. I asked you this question. What do you want? You say you want this, you want it. Have I done it? Yes. I can go to Abaji. I came to you. You told me you want this. You told me you want this. Have I done it? Yes. Why would they not believe me? If government is on performance.
Okay.
Remember when I became governor, people were saying rivers of blood. Remember, you were carrying channels, rivers of blood. This happened. This one, I owe it a duty as a governor of a state that security is paramount. I put in everything I have, whatever resources the state has, to provide security. This attitude of everybody, president. Yes, president is the commander-in-chief. However, you are in charge as far as state is concerned.
So in clear terms, those governors have responsibility. In clear terms, those governors have a higher degree of responsibility.
That's what I'm saying. Take for example, when people say federal high road, who are those using it? the people of your state. Now, how do I sit? Because the federal high road, highway, the road is bad. Assuming the government at the federal level is not with me, will you guys tell me, that I can do this road now is a federal level? Who wants to listen to that? You have to find any way to fix that road, to make governance easy for your people. I said I was a governor. I had no relationship with the federal government. I had no relationship with the federal government. I mean, when people are just talking.
Honorable Minister, but I still remember clearly.
You abandon responsibility. And you said, mind you, this killing in Plateau, in Benue, is a recurrent decimal.
But shouldn't it stop under an APC-led federal government? Because you promised security to Nigerians.
No, let me tell you. The president is doing everything he could do to support the security agencies, support the state, to reduce the level of insecurity. Remember, in Abuja, when we came, it was a terrible thing, right?
Yes.
It was a terrible thing. People were saying insecurity. I said, listen, I owe a duty. Mr. President has given me this delegation. He has delegated his powers to me. He has appointed me. He has confidence in me. I therefore owe the residents of Abuja that I should be able to provide some level of security where people can. I'm not saying I will totally eliminate insecurity. Nowhere in this world. Nowhere in this world. Just yesterday morning or today, they were shooting in a Florida university. I don't know whether you're some of them. People died. That is at the level where you can say, with the technology and this and that. But that does not mean that insecurity pervades in Florida. You can have one or two occasions. Yes, we agree.
So share some of the successes you had with Governor Mutfwang, who's your party member. Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang. Share some of the successes you've had in Abuja.
My father told me this. If you are in sorry, you have headache. He didn't come to tell me you have headache. How will you know you have headache? If you want, see, they want to call, peer review mechanism. These days, I don't understand what people do we go to a forum. There must be peer review mechanism. Look, what's happening? How are you doing it? Right? How do you go about it? There's nothing wrong in learning. But here, it even causes, every day, why is it the one showing that is doing infrastructure? That becomes a problem for you too. It becomes a problem. Instead of somebody to say, look, how are you doing this? Yeah, IGR, I speak to you today. How much are we getting from federal government? With all due respect, how much are we getting? If federal government gets 800 billion in a month, they give us 1%. 1% is 8 billion. 8 billion. So where would I get the money to do this infrastructure? So I have to fall back. I have to be aggressive. It doesn't matter whether you like it or not.
Honorable
I said,
Minister.
listen, taxes. If you don't pay this, I revoke this.
Honorable Minister.
But they accuse you of land grabbing. I said, to hell.
But we can.
I'm going to do this. I need the money to carry out
Honorable
infrastructure.
Minister, sir.
Let me tell you now,
Yes.
because politics was brought into security. What happened in my state? I had a minister that was the grade A minister with the federal government. They wanted to make my state ungovernable. I had 12 commissioners of police in 3 months. Now I have to sit back. What do I do to survive this?
Honorable Minister.
So I have to go back and replan the security architecture. I now have enemies at the federal level. So nobody saw me in Abuja. I never slept in Abuja. I remained in River State. Even if I come to Abuja, I go back that day.
Honorable Minister, that's a convenient point.
For me. Make una no forget, say, as we see am, na so we dey talk am. We know they take blame. Oyifemi Onosimwa, TMC News.